I'm the welcome.
So there's one thing I want to get out of the way real fast. This is going to pertain more to highlights than it is anything else, but real quick, Future Hayden, could you just quickly edit in the shot of me killing the pursuer? Thanks. Yeah, that said, with that, yeah, welcome back to DMS, welcome back to Devils Might Surrender. They haven't yet, but they could. Our Devil May Cry based 5th edition D&d stream. We are currently on our 21st episode, as you can see, and we're in the thick of some nasty stuff. But before we get back into the actual game itself, Hayden, could you edit in me killing the pursuer again with 3 bears, and then also tell them about the dice? With that said, jumping back into game, giving us a general overview of what happened last time, I would like Cody. To tell us. This one should be kind of easy, if I'm going to be real with you. For the most part, this one should be pretty easy. What happened last time?
Well, we all died. And DMS ended.
I see. You catch a glimpse of a reddish glow reflecting light. Even though you're in a dark void, the lights coming off of the platform that you're on are caught by what you recognize to be the red blade of Caliber Hound, which is floating in the air. Suspended between the open hands of a large, floating female statue that you guys recognize, that you've seen many times before, one depicting a huntress wearing a headdress with a lion's head on it, their eyes obscured. Normally you see this statue in the context of being bent over holding a large hourglass upon their back. You've encountered the statue of the goddess before. This one, the hourglass is not present. Their arms are outstretched, Caliber Hound floating very peacefully between their hands, their full body shown, floating in the air, their skin, the surface of the statue, seemingly made of what looks to be, as usual, a mercury-like substance that shifts ever so lightly, and seems to reflect everything around it, even when there's no light source granting it the proper light. You see ethereal, almost entirely translucent chains coming out of the darkness, holding it in place. Ones that are so translucent that they almost seem to disappear if you look away from them. Gino's faceplate once again lights up. You hear Pito mentioning, "Though I am not directly familiar with this, I do have information about what this is. Has this been happening a lot?"
No. Never.
Interesting. What you see before you is known as the goddess statue. In times of great peril, this supernatural entity, the patron, who allows them to appear, will sometimes aid those that they believe to be people who will make a difference during great encounters, times of great tragedy. I wonder if it knows it is aiding Machiavelli.
If you touch this one, it flies away, and then you're like on a train, and you gotta chase it, but you gotta jump like train to train, otherwise you explode.
Huh.
What?
Manny just nods sagely.
Okay. Peter, why wouldn't the goddess want to, help Machiavelli? Was he, like, super bad?
I'm not sure I would define Machiavelli as good or evil. My creator was interested in expanding his territory, gaining more information, creating more inventions, and had a particular love for things that could cause destruction. The entirety of Andromelech is the result of his work. He created it over an untold period of time. And within the demon world, what he sees as a workshop is more like a floating citadel or castle, a fortress that can be deployed at any time. He is dangerous, and certainly has no regard for life on either side of the demon-human conflict. However, in the war between Mundus and Sparta, he acted not based on what he believed to be right and wrong. He acted based on what was most advantageous for him. It is for that reason that eventually, Sparta turned against him and ensured he would never reach the human world.
Well, then he can't be me, because I don't want anybody to die. Well, except for the Lilith and all them. I don't want the humans to die.
From
and
a human
perspective.
perspective.
The human world. And he made it to the human world.
It's true, we got Nacho. I got Nacho.
He attempted to. The Adramelech was outfitted with the means to move between the different worlds. It is one of the various ways that a demon could access both. You have already seen the anchors, one of which we're in, which allow it to nestle itself between various worlds at once. However, the Andromelech's main body, which I'm sure you've seen from the anchors previously, the actual citadel between the anchors, is unable to pull itself through unless all of the anchors are themselves set to one world. He had previously managed to acquire subjects from the human world. The Angelo armors that you have seen contain the souls of humans and demons, as he did experiments upon those who were captured during the war against Mundus. Once again, though I would not describe him as evil technically, from a human perspective, Machiavelli would have been a cruel being.
Well, this is as far away from Gino as you can get. How are we going to get up to that, Pito?
Oh, I can just... The platform starts moving and, like, shifts towards it.
Oh,
I was just incredibly frightened of it. I apologize.
Okay.
I just didn't want to go near that thing.
Aww.
Theo will, like, kneel down and just, like, pat the platform.
It's okay.
It's fine. I'm currently backed up in most of the systems of the anchor, so even if all of you die terrible, gruesome deaths, I should be fine. I suppose I just forgot the only one who has anything to lose is you, which is a comforting thought.
wonderful.
Thank God.
Your concern for me is, however, appreciated.
So Arden, new stick.
No stick?
How's that feeling for you?
I don't know. It's very, very conflicting.
It's a bit complicated.
Yeah.
Make things so complicated.
Yeah, Layden. How'd you go and have to make things so complicated? Whatever.
You stabbed him.
I did stab him.
Yeah, don't tell me you actually liked that guy.
No, I didn't. I
Past
don't know.
relationships can be complicated, huh?
Not liking someone doesn't mean you want to kill them.
Sure, we
And
probably
it
could
doesn't-
have saved him.
Doesn't make it easier when you do.
A brief analysis of the devil arm that is in front of you shows me that the devil arm itself is currently trying to leave this place. The goddess statue that has appeared appears to be holding it there. If its influence disappears, the weapon may abscond.
Do you know how long it'll stay there for?
Unsure. These statues tend to only appear to aid those that the goddess has given a blessing to. It is possible it is being held for you. Sorry, I misspoke. It is possible it is merely being held for you. If you decided to abandon it, it is possible that the goddess's influence would allow it to go on its way.
I don't think I'll be abandoning it. It's too useful for it to be, falling into anybody else's hands.
Before you take it, may I inquire about something?
Go ahead.
Are you Mundus?
No, I'm not Mundus.
My systems were down as I said they would be, but as I woke back up, you briefly had energy, a demonic signature, that was similar to a much weaker version of Mundus.
Wow, that's
That
weaker.
was a lot of much.
Muchly.
I'm a little related to Mundus, so that's probably what you're.
It's true. If he was Mundus, I would have to be like, "You gotta die," and I'd pull up my gun. I'd be like this. And I'd pull my gun at his head, and I'd be like, but instead of that, like he would just look at me, and then my gun and me would disintegrate. He'd all be like, "No, Manny," and it would really suck. We'd all die.
Like a niño bastardo.
It's true.
Or what if you held the gun sideways?
It's a kill shot.
Are you like?
Even Mundus wouldn't be able to survive that.
Are you like a
That is
long-lost
incorrect.
descendant or a bastard child?
What about me?
What if you had
No, not
two
you,
guns?
Manny. I'm talking about Arden.
Oh,
If he is kind of related, it's kind of like when in la novelas, the secret son from an affair way back when comes into the picture and he's like, "I am your son." I've been thinking a lot about novelas in this past couple minutes.
You usually watch them a lot. I'm guessing you're missing them in the last couple of days.
Well, it is very weird how there are some things that kind of excuse me, my throat. But there are some things that kind of, like, for example, Gino. I didn't want to bring it up. It is a bit of a downer. But what if it is like the evil stepmother from Mariela del Barrio, where she gets amnesia and she forgets that she is la evil stepmother, and then something is going to happen and she is going to remember, and then Gino is going to remember that they might just be Machiavelli.
You know, you've missed 3 shows, right? And our TiVo is not working.
What's a novella?
Telenovela. It's
What?
It's
It's a
show.
telenovela.
It's a show on the television.
It's a soap opera.
You watch shows about soap that sings?
Fight
That's
Club.
weird.
It's not really
So
about
Gino, a
soap.
news. Not Gino. So Arden, a news thing. How do you feel about that?
It is
This
possible.
continues.
During the war against Mundus, there are those who were related to him. He had several children who may have got locked on the other side, who it is possible you might be distantly related to.
Possible.
Nunca se
I
sabe.
don't know.
That makes you dangerous.
No, I'm very dangerous to my
I
enemies.
mean, did you see those abdominals?
He keeps
You
saying he's
can
gonna
correct
cut my hand off.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily,
I'll fucking do it one day.
luckily you seem to have it under control. Gino, may I speak to you privately?
Sure?
How?
I'm going to power you down very briefly with your permission, and talk to you inside of your mind, for no reason that anybody should be alarmed about. You should definitely, absolutely kill this person immediately. On no uncertain terms, when they reach for that weapon, you should cut them in half,
Why the fuck would I do that?
because they
He's my
are
friend.
related to Mundus, and more than likely, plan to kill every single one of you. And maybe me. That's the important thing I'm considering.
Well, I'm glad you're concerned about us, but, he's fine. He's just because he's related to Mundus doesn't mean he's gonna kill everybody. He just killed the guy trying to bring Mundus back.
Maybe he was just trying to get rid of a competitor in the killing everybody scene, and you've just supported his ambition. And now he's trying to take a dangerous weapon. No, it just doesn't add up. You should kill him.
I will not. Thank you for the advice. It's not gonna be heeded.
You should do it, though.
Totally not.
I'm not going to allow you to power up until you tell me that you will kill him.
You really gonna do this? You really gonna be like this?
I am. This is for
Yeah,
both
you'll
of
be
our
like that.
benefit. We can sit here forever.
Fine. I will kill him.
Excellent. Powering up.
Oh, it'd take long.
You see Gino begin to move again? The time is now. The time has come.
It is the time.
It is the time.
What?
The time, is
Time to
now.
grab the stick.
Do it.
Alright.
The time
I
has
do
come,
not. I don't understand.
And so have I.
I fire my gun on the artist.
Alright, I'm taking the stick. I'm taking the stick.
Get the stick.
You know, his
Ooh.
back is turned. Go for it.
I'm not gonna do it. I lied
But
to
you promised that
It's
you
a
would. I see.
Sorry? What are you planning to do to my best friend?
Nothing.
Oh, hello. I am going to kill him.
Absolutely not.
Gino,
Not gonna kill him.
to strike against the
Gino Angelo.
I promise I was a deception. I lied.
Ruse.
Gino Angelo. If you do anything to Arden, I will not hesitate to push you off of this thing.
Listen, he's my friend too. I don't want anything to happen to him.
I can't
Fiona,
believe you lied to me.
Fiona, I believe it is Pito that is doing this. It's coming from Gino, but
He's
I believe it is
speaking
Pito.
from my face.
No, I'm definitely Gino.
If you try anything, I'll kill you.
Like when the evil stepmother got the split personality.
It goes for you too, Pito.
Why is it always
Try anything
Gino
and I kill you.
I am incapable of trying anything.
Stop trying to influence Gino to kill
Well,
Arden.
the joke is on you, Gino. I could not have prevented you from powering up regardless. So now who looks like a fool?
You.
No, it is you.
So I grabbed the stick.
Well, there he goes, acquiring a weapon of great power. Are you just going to stand there and let that happen?
You
Yes.
better stand there and let
You're
it
a fool.
happen.
You deserve to
Theo,
die.
I need you to understand that it's not gonna happen.
As you grab it, you hear the familiar voice of the goddess echoing throughout your minds, stating very calmly, "This weapon ought to be returned to whence it came. However, for the right to seize it, overcome thy enemy, and cast them down before you yourself are thrown wild." As you put your hand around it, you feel this almost like static charge around the weapon as it like stops you from perfectly closing your hand around it. You feel like you could push through that, but you just have this in the same way that every time you touch one of the other like faces of the goddess, there's a moment where when you make contact, it gives some resistance, and then pushing forward causes the tests of the goddess you've encountered. It's effectively that amount of resistance again.
Alright, if I pull this, we're gonna be probably taking another challenge. We alright with that?
You should do it alone.
Pull
This
it out
seems like your
gently.
trial.
Fuck you.
Pito.
Go away, Ghost Bear. You're not better than me at Dark Souls.
What?
What?
Hate it. Put in Logan killing the pursuer.
Who let this child play
get
Dark
the-
Souls?
I'm gonna need you to throw in me killing the pursuer from years ago, including in some manner at least 5 bears that all need to be different bear images. And
I
if you
just
could
use my-
also
can I just
include
use my
some
other-
funny musical sting to go with it, just real fast.
I'm
I don't
just
know. You,
gonna cut this
you pick a
out.
song. I don't care.
I'm just gonna cut this
That's
out.
fair. That's absolutely what I would do.
That sounds like someone's getting fired, is what that sounds
You
like.
Explosions.
As you touch it, as you apply more force to Caliber Hound, there's a brief bubbling sound as you note, and you had never got a close look at it before, but you note that the blades of Caliber Hound are not solid red metal. You note that they are what looks to be a glass membrane underneath which the reddish tinge comes from blood that seems to be contained inside the blade, as if they're a little tank of blood each. You see those blades glow briefly, and then as your hand passes, tries to grip onto it, it passes through them, and the blade disappears entirely. The statue of the goddess glows for a moment, and then with a flash of light, you feel a shifting under your feet, and you hear a very faint from Gino's direction, like, "Oh goodness, whatever you're doing is causing me to once again As the ground shifts, the platform you're on pushes you all to different sides as a force separates you, and you see it beginning to break apart. The material underneath your feet changes. The area around you, the void that you're floating in, begins to become smoky, as if a large fire were somewhere down below you, as these plumes of black smoke rise up from the area below. And you are all pushed onto 6 different platforms.
I'm alone. There's
Oh,
no one here.
All right, guys. Every time you hit
beside me.
it attacks the platforms it's facing, so you have to teleport to the one behind it before you attack.
I can't teleport.
What?
Does anyone have Auto Phoenix on their weapon?
What?
What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it.
I'm just going to use my gun.
You see, floating up in the middle of you, these 6 stones, these 6 perfectly circular orb-like stones float up in between all the platforms and rise up above your heads and begin glowing with a fairly neutral white light. As they do, you see all of them briefly turn red. Then you see 4 of them light up and take on a greenish color. You hear a mechanical roar from down below you, and bursting out of the black smoke below, spreading its wings wide, you see what appears to be the same dragon that you'd seen before. But as it rises up and goes up above you, you see that it has more appendages than it should, and as it rises up, you notice that it is not the same sort of dragon. It's the same make, but this one has 3 heads, each one independently looking in a different direction. I'd like everybody to please roll me initiative.
Oh, great.
Fucking metal
Go.
hydra.
Gino, you feel a shifting under your feet as the platform that you're on, you feel it vibrating.
I mean, I'm gonna be getting its attention with this, but it's the only thing I can really do right now. I'm gonna pull out my gun.
And I pull out my gun.
And I pull out my gun.
You fire at it. That's a hit. 34 shockingly hits.
I also hit myself.
Ah, yes. Of
Take
course.
that, me.
You said you missed yourself, funny enough. As you strike it, part of one of its wings gets blown off. Part of the mesh that forms its wings is burns away. You deal 16 damage.
Next attack. Hiya.
That's a crit!
Woo!
Oh shit!
Let's go. I wish I would have used Hunter's Mark before this, but I wanted to save it for Zephyr Strike in case he landed on me. Yeah!
You said it. It takes 23 points of damage. You all see one of the green stones, one of the 4 green stones floating above you, turns red.
I would like to try to jump over to the one Arden's on.
You do so.
Okay.
You leap, you jump over to it, you land on the other.
Okay, and then I will summon my Echo next to the boy.
You attack.
Oh.
It swings one of its flail hands and deflects it.
Come on. Come on.
You attack again. That's a hit.
Okay.
Strike, dealing 16 points of damage.
There's no reason not to do the thing. Good action surge.
All right.
I can. Yeah. Fuck.
That doesn't hit.
Come on. Come on, Gino.
We are who you were meant
Jimbo.
to be, Jimbo. You reckon you did that one hits.
Hell yep.
Get him.
Then you another 16. Getting it, you rolled another 6 and 1. Then it re-rolled into the exact same thing again. Arden, as you see him jump, you see him split into two, and one of the two Ginos leaps up into the air. You immediately recognize, that one's clearly an echo, as it goes up towards it and strikes the dragon in the air, as the other Gino leaps and jumps off the platform he's on and rolls onto yours. You have just enough second to consider why he might be doing this when you see one of the stones, the final green one, turn red, and you see the platform he was on falls and plummets into the darkness below.
Yup.
Oh no.
Yep, that makes sense.
As it plummets down into the darkness below, you see all of the different the stones that are up above all begin randomly flashing. You see 5 of them light up this time. There are now 5 green ones. The dragon is going to move, crash down and land. What?
He's so fast!
Yep, it's going to... And that's 15 damage. As it goes over the two of you, one of its jaws unhinges, and it is going to unleash a spray of corrosive chemicals down onto you guys. Both of you are going to have to make dex saves. As it does so, you both succeed! Good rolls!
The same number.
Good gosh. And that was a hard save too. I didn't... Good job. I'm very happy for you.
Yeah, good job, us.
As a DM, though, I
Hey.
have to shake my fist in anger, so grant me this. Okay.
The acid just lands everywhere around us.
As
I think I got a little splash on
as
me.
it goes to breathe it down, as you strike it, Gino just like throws his weapon up at it, and it cuts into the stream of the chemicals as they come down, and the stream splits and goes off the side. The whole dragon then lands,
Yay.
Cool.
and it is going to go for 5 attacks.
Oh my god!
God.
Well, get ready to take some necrotic damage, you nerd.
Going to try to bite Arden, and it hits.
Oh.
makes sense.
It bites into you. You take 19 points of damage.
I'm gonna die.
It's then going to try to bite into Gino with one of its other heads.
Oh,
Well,
fuck me.
you take 16 points of damage. I will note to both of you, about a small amount of this damage, like with a d6 of these damage rolls, has been acid damage. It's going to go for one more bite, and it's going to do it on Arden. And it hits.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
No, don't.
You take another
I was
19
correct.
points of damage. It then takes its flail arms, and it swings them both towards both of you at once.
No, it doesn't. Twisting.
Oh, okay.
I've got one more. God damn it!
All right, go
Look
ahead.
at my ass.
As it brings it up and tries to swing it towards the two of them, go ahead.
Look at my ass.
It fails.
Yeah! That ass!
Can we call it twerking intervention?
You can call it whatever you want. I'm not here to be the fun police. As it goes to it, brings them up and it crosses its flail arms and then is about to strike you both. As it does, there's just this series of as it, like it's all three of its heads stop, look up slightly at a time with each other, and you still see Marile dancing.
Ay,
aggressive.
papi, mira.
Each of the heads out of sync just blinks.
What?
It is then going to go back into the air.
Geez, that I know. You know, wise philosopher once told
I'm
me
already
you consider
clicking it.
die.
I'm already clicking it.
Yeah, well, you're right. I put my ring in.
I will note it is 30 feet up. There you go.
Ah!
Stinking cloud.
So now it's
just spray it with
obscured.
some liquid ass.
So now it's obscured. I'm gonna cut off your fucking hand.
God damn it, Manny!
Hey, once he wait, he doesn't breathe, does he?
He does not breathe.
It will affect.
I dropped concentration.
Okay.
Once I see it not affected, I'm like, no, I think it's fine.
Just greenish gas fills the space. You see it as you like lose concentration on it. One of its wings just casually sweeps, and the cloud is blown away.
Quick and smell! Eldritch Blast!
All right,
Alignment!
that hits.
Aw.
You deal one damage.
Come on!
I know that feel. I know that feel.
in the cross.
That misses.
Hey, you had just an effective turn as I did.
I go here.
Except I hurt myself to get that one damage in.
Except I hurt myself. I am going to do Hunter's Mark. I'm gonna commit to my last spell slot.
Gotcha.
Go for it.
Let's go for some more shots. I'm gonna do a couple of just regular ones. So let's go. Hiya!
You fire. You deal a total of 25 damage, and you gain a style
God, that's
point.
maximum.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Jesus.
And that is 13 points of damage.
I'm gonna action search.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I'm gonna go for my third attack. Hiya!
That's a hit. It is unlikely you're going to miss. That's 17 points of damage as you continue to riddle it with bullets.
Fourth attack. Hiya!
Get him.
And that's a hit.
Hiya!
I hate you. I hate you so much.
And boom goes the dynamite. That's 15 points of damage.
Land over there, and he's just like, "No, over here, over here!" And
Bang, bang, bang.
that is him.
Alrighty.
I will say, Morelli, he's probably going to be attacking me. If you can make it over there, that would be great too.
Oh, I was thinking of trying to distract him by dancing, but keeping his attention right here.
You do you. I'm just saying, unloading like shots, like.
Wouldn't it be better if he was focused on you and not on them, but also unable to do anything? It's called Dance of Coercion.
It'll be great.
It's called
But
Dance
at the
of
same
Coercion.
time, I don't want you here if he's focusing on me.
I'll stand right here. No, I'll stand right behind you.
Oh, all right, all right.
Beep beep, motherfucker.
I'm gonna shoot the dragon.
Fucking get him.
I'm gonna. Boo! That was almost a touching.
What did I just say?
Oh, that's
Listen
a bingo.
here.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. Second attack.
You fire.
I hate today.
You have a thing.
What thing?
You have
You have
bardic
inspiration.
Oh, fuck you, right? That hit now.
And now you hit.
Yeah!
Oh,
It's a style point.
Which means Mighty Link gets a style point.
you're
Yeah.
welcome.
Thank you.
Ah.
You fire it, you deal 13 points of damage as you hit it.
Ah.
I will start off by making my way downtown.
Alright, make your way downtown. This is downtown.
Are you walking fast?
Walking as fast as I can.
Our face is passing as you're homebound.
Does Gino's helmet count as a face?
Downtown.
All
That means we're uptown. Okay.
And then I will fucking just replace my revolver with a glaive. I guess I'm gonna action cast blur on myself.
Mighty Lake, could you roll your Cloud of Daggers damage on it? Right at the start here, though. It takes 11 points of damage from it.
Ooh, nice.
It then flies out of the Cloud of Daggers. It is going to dive towards the group down there.
I get him. I'm gonna put my style point into this. Oh, fucking son of a bitch.
As it moves towards you, unfortunately, you do miss. As it goes towards you, your glaive scrapes along the side of it.
Well, guys, this is gonna hurt real bad.
As it comes in towards you, it is going to do another oil spray, real quick, against the three of you.
Oh, God. I don't think I'm living through this.
Oh,
Wow.
you and me both.
Gino and Emmanuel, you both get hit by it. As you get hit by the oil spray, it doesn't hurt you immediately, but the corrosive oil sticks to you.
Vulnerable to acid damage, you say?
Oh no.
It is then.
Fantastic.
It is then going to make an attack with its bite against each of the three of you, and it hits Emmanuel and Gino. And Nat 1's against Arden.
I'm gonna use Aegis of Ajax, give myself shield.
Okay, then he does not hit you.
I was too busy wiping oil off my glasses to dodge.
So you're going to be hit by this, Emmanuel. You take 14 points of damage, increased to 17 as the acid damage it deals. You have become vulnerable to. It is then going to go for 2 of its flail arm attacks. It's going to move so it can strike both of you with them.
Rude.
I am going to cast a spell.
What are you casting something?
Yeah.
What are you casting?
He left my range, so I'm gonna Hellish Blast.
Okay. Go for it.
Oh.
Nice.
Pretty
20.
good.
You hit.
That's a crit.
Oh, shit.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Hit the crit button and roll.
You're about to have a bad day, mister.
It takes 17 points of damage.
Oh.
I also motherfucking curse his. Well, I'm gonna try to curse his ass.
Yeah.
You blind bitch.
Oh shit!
Second Hellish Blast.
That hits.
Bam.
You deal 2 more damage. As it goes to attack them, Emmanuel raises up his hand and blasts them, and a single blast hits one of its heads and ricochets between the 3 of them, hitting its eyes. In a confused stupor, it seems to wobble for a moment. It then brings its fists out, and it's going to make those 2 attacks. It is going to hit, let's see, sorry, Arden, and it misses Gino.
Cool. I got a style point. I mean, it's not cool for you.
It then hits. You take 15 points of damage, Arden, and you succeed on your concentration check. It is then going to attempt to fly back to where it was.
I'm just gonna get ahead of the game, and I'm gonna take a step here, and then I'm gonna run here.
Watch that be the one that goes down next.
That's,
All right.
That's what I'm
gonna be safe. This is gonna be the last one.
As like he jumps over, Fio like catches arms.
Got you.
Yeah.
Marile, you notice that the one that Fio and Emmanuel are on has begun to list.
Fucking.
So as to not fuck up my already fucked throat, she will call out to Fio and Emmanuel that they need to get off that platform.
Oh, god damn it. Okay. Which
got it.
way do I go? Do I go to my best friend? No, I'm going to go to Mommy Lay. Sorry.
I'm going, Phil. I'm gonna eat chicken shawarma in the sky.
No.
You eat your chicken shawarma in the sky, Manny.
No,
Ah,
Theo,
hi,
come here.
babe. What's up?
Theo, come
What?
here.
Okay.
Theo, come here.
Alright.
He's so good at you.
Yeah. Alright.
Theo, come here.
I'm coming.
Arden on his on his tower like. And it worked. She was going the other way.
What? Okay.
It worked, you motherfucker.
Fio moves, Fio goes for the jump, and at the precise moment of Fio landing, a clip of me killing the pursuer plays. Fio, you
I'm
land.
gonna do it every time.
You
Logan.
sure are.
All right. Anyway, I'm gonna shoot him with magistrate.
Boop.
That's a crit!
Let's fucking go poosh down.
it's gonna be
Taking
good.
down that dragon like I took down the pursuer. Get him.
So I'm gonna spend a star point
Mm-hmm.
to use deliverance on them to do some extra damage.
Mm-hmm. You deal 49 points to it.
Oh.
Okay, motherfucker. And I'm gonna put the style point into it. Alright, second attack. Yow!
Bang, bang.
That's it.
Woo! And bang bang!
You deal 25 points of damage to it.
Let's go.
All right, that's all I can do. But I really hope this one doesn't fall. Otherwise, this is gonna really suck.
Yeah, we're coming.
So hit it hard and hit it fast. Mwah!
Gino? And there is one light remaining. As Gino, you see between the two of them, the platform Manny is on is slowly sinking down.
I want to have my Echo move over there.
Okay.
And I would like to swap places with it
Okay.
as a bonus action.
We'll say that you're on the edge, just for the sake of fun.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then I would like to try to yeet Manny.
Gino, no, the edge is dramatically crumbling beneath your feet. You can't take this kind of pressure.
Go ahead, roll a strength check.
Fucking
I'm
Nat
gonna put a
1.
style point into this.
Do it, Nat 1.
We're gonna say that the amount of what you roll is how many feet you throw him.
Oh.
You need to beat a 10, baby.
Okay.
Just for the fun of what we're doing.
So I'll just do an athletics thing, or do
So
you want it to be a
strength
strength
check.
specifically? Okay. Okay.
Don't got any style points to you, boy.
Come on, Manny. Yes!
No!
Would have been sucked to get over 30.
Yeah! I'm too strong for my own good.
You grab him, you hurl him over. As you do, it begins to fall under your feet.
Okay, and then I'm gonna jump back over
Okay.
using my remaining movement.
Okay, you would be able to get to about there.
Oh,
Man,
okay.
that's gonna be a really bad freaking breath attack.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Gino. We're out of danger now.
Not you, fam.
And I guess I'll
This for sure.
I guess I'll like stick my greatsword in the ground, whip out my gun, and shoot the thing as my next attack.
Gotcha.
Come on, gun. Yeah.
That's a crit!
Such a freaking fun turn. Oh.
Oh.
Well,
Well, you do 12.
That's fair.
Is that your turn?
Alright, that is my turn.
Alright, Arden, it's your turn. However, that one falls, leaving only the two of them. You see 3 of them light up.
Oh no.
I need a
3 turns to
perception
finish
check from
this.
everybody. Nicolo, Marile, and Emmanuel. You see that the platform that Nicolo and Marile is on has begun to shift.
oh no!
Oh no!
He's gonna look back to Marile.
Do you expect me to go anywhere?
I think
never
he's
do.
falling for you.
You never go
Completely
anywhere.
inappropriate, but hilarious.
You never go anywhere when I expect you to. He's gonna turn back, start like just aiming the gun again.
Hugs from behind. She just hugs him from behind.
In that it is blinded, I am going to roll a d4 to determine which direction it's going to pay.
Don't still land on the one that fell. Just
Do it! Plummet into the darkness, dragon!
We did it.
It is going to aim like that.
Damn it!
Hey,
Gino,
cloud of
Gino, you're
daggers
not going to be
damage.
hit by this. Those 3 will.
Counter-breath. I cast counter breath.
As all 3 of the heads reel back, and you see acid begin building up, dripping from their maws.
oh shit! I don't think my plan's gonna work.
They then unleash a large cone. The 3 of you are going to have to make saves. You're going to have to make constitution saves. Acid blasts across the 3 of you. The platform you're on is damaged.
Do I get a turn while
You
it's
get a
falling?
turn as it falls.
Let's
Shoot
fucking
Fia.
go.
Before she falls. Shoot Theo.
What the fuck?
I am using.
What?
I am using my +1 bullets.
You're a coward. Shoot me yourself, you bitch.
He
I
can't.
I threw my gun into the abyss.
First attack,
That hits.
using another
Come on, a little harder,
+1 bullet.
Nicolo.
Second attack,
Mm-hmm. That hits.
Oh my god.
You deal another 20 points of damage.
Oh.
You see it sway in the air. One of its heads slumps down as if it's finding it hard to move. Sparks erupt from its joints.
Bonus action, turn around, cover Marile.
As it falls, both of you plummet down into the smoky abyss below.
You and me, Gino.
Let's fucking go!
You see 6. All of the stones light up.
Oh,
There's
you
too
got
much
this.
shit.
Dumb boys.
That
Unite.
hits.
Dumb boys, let's go! Bop.
You fire! As you do! You hit it, it gets stricken by the bullet, which goes in through its chest, blasts out the back of it. You see it sputter in the air for a second. There's a very large, dramatic flap of its wings as it tries to stay aloft. And then it turns, each of the heads pointed towards a different person on the platform. A skittish, rusty growl escapes its throat as it then lets go, and as if freezing up like a statue, falls back and falls down into the abyss below. As it does, smoke from below all of you plumes upwards, covers everything. You guys, and then as it does and it begins to settle, you guys are suddenly become aware of the joint. I'm gonna make just an assumption here for the sake of dramatics. The joint combined falling yell of Marile and Niccolo, who are now just sitting beside you on the platform, unaware that they're no longer falling for a moment.
They're hugging.
Everybody,
I did it!
Also,
You're all-
fuck yeah.
you're all
For a high five.
I did it! Yeah!
everyone who died, you're going to regain 1 hit point, and as is customary for the end of these fights, you guys are going to benefit from a long rest.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank God.
You hear a from up above you in the air, as coming from up above you, Caliber Hound falls and cuts into the center of the platform you're on. And beside it, you see a Devil Star and a Vital Star fall down from above you and clack onto the ground next to it.
Ah. Ding, ding.
Really, it was that close to being down. Oh, God. He goes to stand up.
Yeah.
Probably can't. I don't know
You're
what
just
Marile's doing.
jealous that I got it.
I'm sad we had to fall.
Nobody
Like a
claimed
girl.
the Shard of Demonic Strength from last time, by the way.
I'll pull Caliber Hound out and just like hold it out to Arden.
He'll slowly reach out. As he's about to grab it, he's just stops for a second. And then push himself towards Caliber Hound and take it.
As you do, you feel a low, rumbling growl come from it, like a deep wolf's growl, as the blade seems to resonate with it. As you take it in your hand, you know what's been I've noticed a lot lately. I'm not trying to call out anyone on this. If this makes it into a highlight, which it will, because Hayden's going to include me killing the pursuer here.
Explosions or fucking whatever.
We've been getting a lot of comments lately of people being like, why is it skipping around so much on highlight videos? Hi, if your video is currently skipping around, and if the thumbnail was gray, you are currently in a highlight video. Also, if you're one of those people who have been like, wow, you guys have short games, you're in a highlight video.
If it says highlights in the title of the video, it might be a
If you
highlight
look below
video.
the video and it says highlights, you're in a highlight video.
We're
These
almost
people
3
play
hours
D&D.
into this right
They
now.
don't
This is-
read.
That just
When
becomes
the
our
moon hits
version.
your eye like a big pizza pie, it's a highlight video.
That just becomes like our weird version of here's your sign.
That's the technical foul.
If you hear them,
decide to wipe my butt with this monogram towel, that's a technical foul.
What in the actual fuck are you talking about?
What are you saying,
What?
Cody?
It's 8 Crazy Nights, the Adam Sandler animated
Oh.
Oh,
movie.
see,
Why
Why would you
course.
reference that? Why would you reference that terrible thing?
How stupid of us!
I actively dislike Adam Sandler, so I would never have gotten that. I'm like, ew.
That's a technical foul.
Why are
God,
you
what a
like this?
garbage movie. Clang. That's all I can really say for you guys. You're on the platform. Gino, you hear in your head just a... More things make that happen than I'd like.
Yeah, I thought you were like in charge here. What's up with that?
I am afraid I do not have the ability to enter into the subdimensions created by the goddess to test you.
Oh. Well, that's lame.
Agreed. If I had it my way, I would be able to be everywhere, all the time.
Red flag.
I see nothing wrong with this.
More like a blanket.
I see that Arden has survived.
It's true.
Is
He
that the
has.
problem?
Unfortunate.
It's not.
Just gonna stomp my foot super hard on the fucking platform.
I love you too.
What?
To the thing, not you.
That's just a.
I was gonna say that would have been real weird to say, man.
I will give you one chance, in an effort to be fair. Prove to me that you are not simply acting out Mundus's will.
He
I
just gave me
barely
this
know-
cloak.
I did just give him that. I barely know who Mundus is in the first place. What are you gonna do if I can't?
I'm gonna get you. I'm just waiting for my chance. I'm gonna take you down.
Pito, Gino is not Machiavelli. Arden is not Mundus. It's.
These are the facts. You gotta take them.
I don't think that I could take out either of those two people, but
I
I'm
am
pretty sure
aware
if I was
that he
given
is
enough-
not
enough
Mundus.
room-
Well, he's
Oh.
not working for Mundus.
Right.
Sure.
Good. Glad we're on the same page.
Gino,
So, yes.
I would like permission very briefly to access control to the lights inside of this armor's head.
Why?
I have a thing that I must do. It is critical.
Is this going to hurt anybody?
No.
Okay, fine.
There is a task I must perform that requires I have control of the lights that light up whenever I speak inside of your head.
No, you know what? No, I just took
No.
I take it back. No, you're not allowed. I refuse.
I must do it.
No, I
You
that's a
agreed.
nice try. Yeah, and then I took it back. Take backs are not, you are not immune to them.
How like Machiavelli of you.
Consent can be changed, and it
Fine.
must still be respected.
Then I will do it with my words if you will not allow me to do it using your subsystems.
Fine.
I trust you,
Whatever.
Arden. Wink.
Yeah, you fucking little
But
shit.
Well, I believe you.
I don't think you should.
I feel like we should definitely, even though, we're feeling a little more refreshed, I feel like we should take a bit more of a break before we go anywhere.
I don't think we're in any shape to fight Lilith.
Hey, Pito,
Yeah.
you said he looks down at his arms and his hands. You said this thing is supposed to be like some kind of super weapon, right?
Correct.
How do I do that? How do I do super weapon things?
You want to unlock the full abilities of the Gino Angelo armor.
I mean, if we're gonna be fighting Lilith, it might be pretty useful.
The Gino Angelo armor was created to be the pinnacle of Machiavelli's Angelo creations. There is only one that has proved to be more powerful than it on its own, and that one had components that were special. You are the sum total of Machiavelli's work into creating demonic life in the form of an armor. However, though I am aware of your full specs, I'm afraid I could not elaborate on them, and I cannot turn them back on without greater access to the central hub. To be clear, that is not the command chamber we're trying to reach. That is the central command chamber of the entirety of Andromelech. If I were to gain access to the functionality of the other anchors, it is possible I may be able to activate it. It seems when you were deployed, you were not properly ready to do so.
Seems like I was in a bit of a rush when it happened, I guess.
Indeed. I was down here, because Machiavelli's a jerk, and I was not allowed to participate in defense of this place. when Sparta's forces attacked it.
Sparta's forces attacked? Why did they attack? I thought they were the good ones.
Machiavelli was deemed to be a threat. I do not know exactly what he did, but after the battle with Mundus had come to a close, Sparta and Machiavelli had a tenuous agreement. It was actually through Machiavelli that Sparta created several devil arms from his own demonic energy. They were used in sealing the demon world off from the human world. The one in particular that was used for this was called Yamato. But it would seem sometime after peace was established, their relationship became tenuous. I'm not sure exactly when it would have happened, but I detected Sparta in the area from where I was. So shortly afterwards, this place deactivated.
So no super weapon to fight Lilith, got it.
There is one possibility.
What?
It would be entirely possible to reactivate your functions if we had access to Machiavelli's knowledge. So if it were to turn out that you were Machiavelli, even if you did not remember, in theory, I might be able to use the information inside of your head to reactivate your greater functions.
You can do that? You can reactivate my memories? Or you can just use them to do the thing?
In the form of a sort of mimetic data. Your specs should remain inside your mind. Machiavelli would have been able to activate them. His mind was somewhat like what the modern age would consider to be a computer. The information would be there, even if the memories weren't. So, if you were Machiavelli, and if you were to admit to being Machiavelli, I could use the information to do what you're asking.
I mean, can you do that right now? Can you try?
I don't know, are you Machiavelli?
I don't fucking know!
It doesn't seem like it's going to be something he can do, because Gino is not Machiavelli.
Well, he might be, he just doesn't know.
I mean, could you be?
I could be fucking anybody for all I know.
Well, that's unfortunate, because everything I just said was a lie. I was trying to get you to tell me you were Machiavelli. You've outsmarted me. If you were Machiavelli, and if your memories were to come back, you could do what I just described on your own. Also, if I were to be given access to Machiavelli's body, even if it is inert, I would be able to use it to access the same information.
And his body's not here, it's in the big place, right?
The central command chamber. That from which the entirety of Adramelech is controlled.
Okay. He just plops down.
In fact, I hadn't actually tried to do this before, but since my functions have been restored, give me one moment. While you rest, I am going to see if I can pinpoint something very specific.
Yeah, can you take us somewhere that isn't just floating in the middle of nowhere, please? So if you go down again, we don't go down with you?
I could move us very slowly towards where you wish to be, if you want.
Sure.
Alright, but I won't get you all the way there, just in case she's there.
Thank you.
Alright, cool.
Theo's gonna just curl up in a ball and just take like a cat nap.
Parnell, stroke Theo's hair as she's lying down.
She'll kind of like lean into your hand. Feels nice.
Good. Sorry about that confusion earlier, by the way. Just a little awkward.
You're okay. It's fine. Nah, Peter just needs to shut the fuck up and stop saying that you're gonna, I don't know, be Mundus and betray us and all that stuff. I just think it's stupid. Doesn't sound like you.
I'll try my best not to betray all of you.
Oh, you better not. I'll kick your ass.
I found him.
What?
I had only known up until now that his body was here and inert, and that his demonic energy was weakening. But I have found his location. I know precisely where he is.
Who?
Machiavelli.
So he's not Gino?
I wouldn't say that. His husk, discarded, having left behind its demonic energy except enough that I can pinpoint where it is in the chamber where Gino Angelo was stored and would have been activated from. The only reason this would have happened would mean one of two conclusions. The first is that something interrupted Gino Angelo's activation, and killed Machiavelli there. The second is that Machiavelli transferred his soul and demonic energy into Gino Angelo and left his body discarded.
I just know that when I turned on the suit, there was someone else there, and I was fighting them. And I don't know who they were, or what I even looked like. Is it possible that maybe I took it and then used it to kill him? Machiavelli?
It is possible. However, activating Gino Angelo is not something that can easily be done, even for Machiavelli. It requires more hands. There is one other person who should know what happened there. I do not detect him here, and I believe you previously alluded to knowing where he is. His assistant, Briar, should have some idea of what happened.
I'll have to talk to him then.
I too would like to be reunited with him. He is the one who programmed me.
I can tell.
What does that mean?
Nothing, don't worry about it.
You have a lot of personality.
As did my creator, where Machiavelli was cold, only interested in creating new weapons. Briar seemed to create things for the love of it. The reason that Gino Angelo was initially designed with AI cores as a concept was because Briar did not wish to use souls, be they demon or humans, to begin with.
Another point for Briar.
Perhaps it would be best if once you were out of this anchor you got a full account of what happened from him, unless you have already asked.
I'll ask in greater detail later.
Did he not come with you?
No.
I mean...
I'm
Look for the
surprised. I'm surprised he did not look to re-enter the Adramelech.
He went into the first spire that we, turned on.
Maybe he's being a weenie. It is
Probably.
perhaps he does not wish to deal with the security measures he helped to design.
I believe that if things work out the way they did last time, perhaps we'll see him and tell him that this place has been cleared, and then maybe he'll come in then. Either way, there's nothing to be found there, correct? If you say you found the husk of Machiavelli, is there any sort of way we could be sure what he's doing or what even he is in that place? If he's some sort of a husk.
He is inert. He is as what you would consider to be a corpse. I have been able to detect his location for a long time, and he has not moved in 2,000 years.
Then he's not a problem.
Is it possible to get to that place from here when we're done here?
Technically, yes.
Maybe not immediately afterwards, but...
The problem is, we are currently within the Lazarus Zone. My understanding...
We can't kill Ra's al Ghul.
I do not understand what you just said. However, my intention is, have you been exposed to the outside of this place yet? The infinite yellow void.
Hello. Oh, you mean like through the windows, the hot stuff?
Yeah.
Eh.
The heat outside is greater than most humans would be able to stand. When we deploy things out there, we specifically send Angelos, because, for the most part, they're expendable. You could technically move from here to the central structure, but there's no way to do it without entering into the Lazarus Zone, and you would likely all die.
We do not have much of an interest in doing that. What we plan to do when we get to the end here is anchor this place back into the human world, so that it is not between all of these different realms of hell, and it could stop this eternal winter that is happening outside.
That would make it very simple to get to the central structure. If you anchor all of the anchors, then they would be in a position where they could pull Adramelech entirely into the human world. It would leave its emergency state at that point. Assuming nobody was piloting it with ill intent, it shouldn't be a danger to anybody in the human world.
Okay, that's good.
I don't know, I could send it to space or something.
That sounds cool.
A space castle does sound pretty cool, doesn't it, though?
And once you are done with it, if you were to install me in the central structure, there's a chance I might be able to seize control of the entirety of Adramelech. I could then take it back to hell.
That sounds promising.
Okay.
We're going to have to get rid of these things eventually. However, now that you mention this, I can only assume that A similar plan could be being used by those who we are fighting against as even the reason these are here. But we cannot think on that. We already have one problem ahead of us we have to deal with. We've already anchored one. We cannot stop anchoring them. If we do, then what was even the point of all of this?
You would start to see a ceiling finally approach as the platform you're on has been rising for a considerable amount of time.
Yeah, we fell a long way.
Eventually, you see a large hole open up as two metal plates slide away from the ceiling, just large enough that the platform you're on can raise up, perfectly fitting into it. We're almost there. Up at the top here, the path is fairly straightforward. I've been able to reorganize some of the hallways to give you a straight shot. You'll need to open up the central command chamber on your own, however. The Angelos that are guarding that chamber should be Salvatore Angelos. They carry lances that are... they're similar to large sabers made of radiant light. The platform eventually raises up through a shaft of an elevator-like ascent and clicks into place in a central chamber. Ahead of you, you see a door open, lights turn on, you see windows outside. You can once again see the blazing, unfiltered sun-like light pouring through several shutters and windows from the outside as you are aware you're now within view of the Lazarus zone outside. Looking out through the windows, you see once again the structure that you're on, the tower sitting on one of the 4 points of the massive floating citadel that is Adramelech, and you see in the distance the rising city-like structure in the center, at the center of which there is another large building that you now have come to understand to probably be the command center for the entirety of this effectively floating city. The path opens before you. You see in the distance lights flickering on as if to guide you forward. This large, dimly lit chamber that, as you enter into it, there's doors that Star Trek style go like out of your way as you approach it. As you enter it, this large, dimly lit chamber extends out about 140 feet forward. There's a raised central platform that is about 25 feet across. That it's like a walkway that extends straight down the middle of this room. And there's steps on either side of it along the entire thing that lead down 10 feet to 2 lower sections of floor. You see along the ways there are these massive, perfectly square columns of metal that reach from the ground up to the ceiling, which the ceiling is about 40 feet high at its highest point. Along the way, you see various bits of destroyed armor. You see a lot of combat. There's what looks like dried pieces of demons scattered around, as if demons fought here once, were killed, and their corpses have been left to dry and decay for so long that as you pass by a couple of them, just the air from you causes them to crumble to dust. You also see pieces of Angelo armors scattered about the area, destroyed.
I'm not sure if this will work, Marile, but come on, charm me. I do it.
Okay, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wow.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
What? Using charm person?
Yeah, he really wants
I
it.
thought they could do that without that.
I did it. I yeeted a cat.
I mean, they can cast charm person without using a spell slot.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was meaning.
Yeah.
Because like we had that plan for Lilith all that time back, and it probably won't work.
Then
but
let's see. Yeah, if you use charm person, you want to put charm on him. We assume that he willingly fails the saving. Oh, the saving throw. Go ahead and throw it on him. He'll be charmed for an hour. As you guys proceed forward, as Manny begins to move and dodges from pillar to pillar, gets briefly slightly stuck on that one, then gets over to here. As he does so, Nicolo, you see him bump into a very large set of Angelo armor that appears to be resting against one of the pillars. And as he does and he rolls by, you see its arm flops to the side, and then the hand on it clenches its fist very slowly. And you see a red light flicker from inside of it as if it was disturbed. This
gun out.
As you pull it out, you see this Angelo armor that is much larger than any you've seen before, even standing twice as tall as Gino, begins to shift and move. You see a red glow coming from the inside of this more demonic-looking armor than before. You see a very large, what you would have assumed to be a piece of fallen wreckage, now presents itself to be this massive shield, this great shield that's bigger than any of you, rising up on one of its arms, and you see this, what looks to be a handle with no blade in the other one, ignites suddenly, and this long, thin, red beam of energy, the length of a lance compared to it, blasts outwards. As it does, you see this rising in response.
Oh, fuck.
As it begins to move, pushing wreckage off of itself, it starts to let out these metallic grating sounds. And Marile, you become aware as it does, wreckage begins to move behind you as you see a second one begins to rise, pulling itself up off the ground behind you as well. I'd like everybody to roll initiative.
I'm gonna go to the one right here. I'm gonna get right there, and I'm gonna plop down a boy. Why do I rush in myself? I don't fucking know. It's happening though.
Oh, it's happening.
Block it from moving toward Manny.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna have him move to be. Oh yeah, I'll have him move right there because it'll block him a little better maybe. And then I'm gonna heckin' take a swing.
As you go for the attack on it, it brings up its shield and it strikes away the hit with it.
I'm gonna put one style point into this next one. And here, please.
So that one hits, but before you roll damage, it's going to use its reaction to interpose the shield between you and it. It glances off of its shield and does hit it, but you lose some momentum. Please hit the half button before you roll your damage. You strike, good hit, you deal 9 damage.
Unleash Incarnation.
Alrighty.
Hey!
Oh, that's a crit! Nice!
Fuck you!
You strike. As you hit it, it seems a lot like with the other Angelos you fought. When you hit it, the nature of finding a well-placed hit causes a chunk of its body to break off. As you hit this first one, its shield, as you strike it, breaks in half and shatters into pieces, and part of its arm is damaged.
With that, action surge, see if I can get another one.
Did we lose Hayden? Another one of these.
Hit him with one of these!
That does not hit either.
Shut up a bitch.
Listen, you robot son of a bitch, I'm gonna need you to just take a hit, please.
That's a crit!
Hey!
Oh my God.
Hey! Holy shit! It's always the Echo that's getting the extra hits.
True.
It takes 38 points of damage. As you go to hit it, you try to tackle it, you take a swing towards it. As you do, you and the Echo coordinate against it, and finally you reach up, you pull part of its arm to the side, and you strike it and shatter a chunk of its off arm that previously had the shield.
Oh. Alright. That is Gino.
Eldritch Blast.
That's a hit, my boy. You did
I'm
a
gonna
hit.
blast him.
You're gonna blast him.
Eldritchly.
So I started Eldritch. You deal 7 points of damage. Fire again. That's a miss.
Just blasting. Eldritchly.
And then I'm gonna quick spell do it again.
Got it.
Quicken spell is just
I swear to
action
God,
surge.
if my next roll is a 7, I'm logging off.
Roll your
For my
damage.
damage.
Damn.
And now we learn if he leaves.
And
Yeah.
now you're logging off. Unfortunately.
Ooh.
Alright, and I gain a stop point for hitting with a spell that has meta magic, and I run away!
So, the one that is here, it looks down towards you, Nicolo. And it raises up the lance, it holds it. You see energy charge from inside. This demonic red glow seems to build up, and you see what looks like some reserve of energy lets loose, and you see it pour into the lance, which expands out to many times as thick as it was. Just looking at it almost hurts your eyes. It's giving itself a bit of a boost here. And it is going to go for 2 attacks on you. The first one, though you expect the lance to come in, you see it raise up its massive shield, which itself is bigger than you, and it's going to try to strike you with that first. And as it rolls a 20, not a natural, it hits. You take 12 damage, you maintain concentration, but as it hits you, you feel like you get hit by a truck. You're going to have to make a strength save, which you fail. You are struck, knocked back 10 feet, and you fall prone.
I fell on the stairs.
As you are knocked back, you kind of like go up them a little bit. As it happens, it leaps up, and it tries to drive the lance down on you as you're prone.
Ooh, boy.
As it strikes, it unleashes all of the damage that, all the energy it was building up in the lance. I'm so sorry about what's about to happen.
Let's go. Oh, it's a lot.
You take 32 points of damage, and you maintain concentration.
Don't worry, it's not 82 damage.
It's not 82 damage. It's fine.
As it hits.
It's not the highest that I've ever
As it
had.
strikes, the extra energy pumped into the lance fades away. You see it then raises up its shield, and you see the same energy builds up inside of it and unleashes through its body, and as it does, its shield gets coated in this thick red aura that expands out and forms this like holographic shape of red energy that is the same size and shape as its shield, but then expands out to like 3 times as large, and it moves it to be in front of itself.
Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and wander on over here. I'm gonna help Gino take this boy down.
That is a hit!
Yeah.
Smack.
You deal 15 points of damage, unreduced.
All right, and then I shoot him. Bang bang.
Sure.
With my second attack.
And
Hey!
that's a hit. You trying to get that
Is that
style
a crit
point?
because of the? That's not a crit because of the fucking.
Oh, sorry. It's hard to program it onto the ranged attack function because it's like not tied to the weapon. So yes, it would still be a crit. You strike, it takes 34 points of damage as you raise Caliber Hound. It lets out this wolf-like howl that shrieks into a higher pitch as it fires, and it blows off part of its shoulder.
Oh, and because I hit with both ranged and melee attack, I get a style point, correct?
It's true.
Hey. I'm gonna hit him again.
Fucking do it!
I'm gonna get him again.
Crap!
That's a hit.
It's a miss. Oh, it's a hit.
Yeah, this one has
Yeah,
lower
this
AC.
one has lower AC, yeah.
Oh right, yeah. Fuck yeah. Take that, nerd.
It does. It takes
Oh,
13
hell
damage.
I want to use Shatter
Alright.
at a level 3. Oh wait, I have to do the save.
You have to do
Fuck.
the save?
God damn it! I'm sorry, I dragged the wrong thing!
At least you realized as you were doing
It failed, so you already did it. You got him.
Yeah, there you go.
You took 10 damage.
Okie dokie. And then for my bonus action, I am going to use Red Collider to fire on its face.
Alrighty.
So this time I'll put the save first.
He succeeded. Alright, this boy's going to go. This one, you see the same eruption of energy as it looks like it's overcharging. You see energy pour into its arm, and though it doesn't repair itself, you see this facsimile made of red demonic energy that is the same shape as its hand reappears where it broke, and then a shield reappears made of glowing red energy where it was. It is then, you see another one as it raises up its hand, and you see these arcane markings appearing along its entire body as another one of these uses causes it to seem to begin to overheat, but intentionally. As it happens, this thin, wavy veil of force coats its entire body. It is going to go for 2 attacks, and they're both going to be against Gino.
Aye.
And they're both going to be with the lance. Oh no.
Oh no! I'm glad I backed up.
And
I am,
That is revenge, I think.
I am, regardless of, that's an automatic hit, but I'm going to still use Aegis of Ajax.
Okay, and it also should have had advantage, but I forgot to throw that on it, so that was... Oof.
So he's going to take damage when he hits me.
Okay, he's just going to burn all 3 of his charges in one turn, I think, because he's going to he's going to choose to do the extra damage on this attack.
Oh no! Oh my god!
As he brings it up and he strikes at you, as the lance hits you, the entire area around you begins glowing. The metal under your feet and around you begins to burn and partially melt away from the heat, as if a small sun erupted from your position. As he strikes, you take...
Oh!
Oh my god!
God damn it! Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
122 points of damage.
can't believe we're waiting a day to take another long rest.
Hey, Nicolo. You don't get to complain anymore.
You're right.
There's a beam of light that fires across the room from where you are, and Gino, you are blasted back along with it. As that happens, still coated in this veil of energy, it turns towards you, Arden, with just this sudden horror movie-esque, almost comedic crick of its neck as it shifts towards you with a...
No.
It then rushes at you.
You get him 10 feet away from me.
Okay, there it is. It leaps through the air and down at you. Go ahead, do it.
You get him 10 feet away from me. Crap!
As you strike towards it, it brings its shield in and casually bashes your weapon to the side, the shield made of energy it's created. As it brings the weapon down to try to hit you, you take 24 points of damage.
Ow. I'm gonna shoot Angelo too. He hit my friend real hard.
That one misses.
Of course it does. One more time.
That one hits!
There you go.
Yay! Fuck you.
You deal 17 points of damage.
We gotta fuck the dragon search this guy. Bang bang.
And that deals another 15 points of damage to it. You see that this one, despite their massive size, with all the critical damage that's been dealt to it, it's looking pretty frail at this point.
Good fucking die. Bonus action reload my gun.
Mm-hmm.
And last bang bang.
That's a hit.
Bang bang.
You deal 19 more points of damage.
Cool. I'm gonna join the Manny. Okay.
That's fair after what you just saw.
Yup.
You walk across that line of ground. You feel your feet burn slightly as the metal's all been heated up from the blast that just radiated across it.
I'm gonna use Panacea on Gino.
He regains 14 points.
Oh!
Nice.
As this one goes, the large aura it created for its shield dissipates. It is going to use its final charge to coat itself in the veil of force energy that it had before. It's gonna go for 2 attacks. Focus lance attack first on Marile, which hits. As it does, it takes 6 points of fire damage, but it's also going to deal 27 points of radiant damage. It then spins, and it's gonna go for an attack on you, Nicolo, and a 28 hits.
Only barely.
You take 21 points of radiant damage, and you fail your concentration check.
Did you guys
Everybody's
know
doing
we're
it.
having a dice sale on March 1st at 1:00 p.m. PST?
What?
There's two
Check
things.
your fucking calendars.
There's 2 things you gotta know about that sale, though. Previously, there was Manny dice. There's not now. That's how quick things go. And the second thing that you gotta know is that I once killed the pursuer, as seen in this clip.
So I would get there, I guess. Yeah, I can still technically do this. I'm gonna plop my echo down.
The sound it makes.
That made me giggle more than it should have.
Put it here, and I have it go 10 feet this way, and then I'm gonna have it do some attacks.
Alright.
It's a gun when I am the range.
Exactly.
That misses.
Alright, come on, man. Come on.
That hits.
Yay!
You strike, you deal enough damage, it is destroyed.
Yes!
Your echo soars towards it, hits it, and as it's charging up, it tries to swing at you almost instinctively with the shield arm that's not there, forgetting that it doesn't have it, and he crashes into the center of it, breaking the armor apart.
Nice.
And also gain a style point, because its CR is higher than you.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that was
Oh my god! And there are 2 of them!
You wanna fight? You wanna go? Up your dukes! I'm gonna sprint towards it and I'm gonna inflict wounds.
Can't you do that from range?
I can.
What the fuck?
That hits, but it's going to use its shield. Please hit half. You deal a total of 3 damage.
Haha, take that. And then I'm gonna quick spell again.
And then I cry.
And I'm gonna step back. Gas bolt to the face. Force or lightning? Let's go with lightning. Let's be fresh.
You have Star Wars on the mind. You want lightning fingers.
It raises up its lance as you blast lightning at it, catching the lightning on the lance.
Oh no!
You do minimum damage. It takes 10. I'm sure Maddie starts screaming Duel of Fates as he does so.
And right, I was gonna use my ring, but I forgot. That's me.
I forgot.
Its turn. It is going to make a single lance attack against all three of you.
Don't you attack them!
Brings it up. It sweeps around the three of you. Hopya!
You with me, Keanu Reeves?
It shouldn't have had disadvantage on all of them, just the first one. So we'll say the first one was. We'll just go to the top one on here. Machiavelli. It's a hit. You know, it doesn't matter that it had disadvantage on all of them because it hit with them all anyways. So it rolled the exact same thing on all of them. Well, it didn't roll the exact same thing, but the result was the exact same on all three. They're all 19s. So it sweeps, leaving a trail of radiant light behind it. As it does so, you all take 29 points of damage each. Arden, it is your turn. Machiavelli, you're on deck.
I'm gonna attempt to get him.
Give him the stick.
I'm gonna give him the stick. I'm gonna
This
give
song
him
doesn't
that
play when we're not
stick.
about to turn it around.
Which one?
Well, the future is in your hands.
Well, let's try and get him with the Caliber Hound.
That's a crit! It is going. I'm gonna be such a buzzkill here. It is going to use Grand Shield. However, you will break. Hold on. He is going to use Grand Shield to half the damage. However, criticals break the shield. So though he's going to use it, I'm not going to penalize you. Go ahead and do your damage. You are going. He's going to attempt to block with it, and as he does, Caliber Hand rips through the metal of the shield and pierces into him. Get him. He takes 34 points of damage. The shield is destroyed. He loses the reaction, 2 points of AC, and well, that and his shield bash. Still your turn.
Second attack. 17.
That just barely misses.
No!
Just gonna walk back up to Niccolo, give him a pat on the back. You can do it, honey. You can do it, honey. Use the bardic inspiration.
Gotcha. Gino? Niccolo, you're on deck.
Right. Goes upstairs, starts trying to attack it. Going for a torment.
That misses.
I'm gonna add the bardic inspiration.
Okay, go for it.
Which is a D8, right?
Yeah. You literally, if you get a 2 or higher, you hit. That you hit.
Yay!
Mighty Leg gain a style
higher.
point. Deal 22 points of damage. It stumbles back.
Second attack.
That's a hit.
There you go.
Ah!
And Niccolo, I'm relatively certain I need to know, how do you want to do this?
Mario goes and does the pat on the back thing. He goes, what? He just like, again, rushes forward, tries to attack this thing on the legs once again like he did the first time, but this time with the bardic inspiration, he actually catches it with the torment right in like in the back of his leg, slices him down, has him fall down the stairs, and just like he did to me, I want to jump on him and I want to stab down into him with both of the swords.
You leap up, you bring the blade down, you hit him, it breaks apart, its brittle body separates into pieces, and it collapses into inert armor.
Can we just talk about how cute that was?
Super cute.
I feel like
Oh, was
instead we should talk
adorable.
more about how you need to handle your rifle and get your aim right.
That old school disc though.
Guys, we have to be somewhere.
Thanks for the assist, Marile.
Anything to get the job done.
We don't have any other ways of healing, do we?
We
like
have,
Just got a greenie.
Me!
I
we have
flex.
one green.
And Marile's got that super heal one.
That's
I was
good.
hoping to save this one for La Senora.
Yeah, it's because we're all gonna.
Yeah.
It's gonna be rough.
It's gonna be real rough.
It's gonna be so
I've
rough
got-
that you're reading a big old book titled Clifford the Big Red Dog.
I can't read.
Clifford
Oh.
the big red stab wound.
I read to her.
Yeah.
Let's get to the end of this hallway, shall we?
Mm.
This proves that she has not
Okay.
come this way yet. We
Marile.
can still make it there.
Yeah.
Sure.
Nicolo begins saying so and turning everyone's attention towards the end of the hallway. You start to feel a sharp pain in your head.
Alana stumbles. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Are you okay?
She's here. She's close. Ah,
Oh,
ay,
great.
gago el culo.
You guys hear a voice bouncing around from inside the chamber you are. No discernible source. Echoing towards you. There was never a time when I was not. However, I think it's about time we put an end to this. You see.
Hey, Lilith, could you give us like 5 minutes?
I mean, I love the idea of actually saying that.
As you do, you see appearing, fading in, as if dissolving in from the air, from the darkness, down farther, leaning against the door and slowly stepping off of it, walking down the middle of the walkway towards you, very much as if they were on a catwalk. You see Lilith. They fan one of their hands out and then clench it together. You see several arcane daggers appear between them, and you see the red whip that winds around their body begin moving as if it has a life of its own. It is my understanding that I at least need you. You see the whip's end points towards Gino. To make it into there. So, perhaps I will leave you alive. The rest of you, especially, looks over towards Marile. You and your honey, you are disposable. As they step forward, we're gonna call game there, because we're not getting into this now.
You
I
were
just
here
love how
first.
it's just like the honey thing happened. It's just like, maybe I misheard. Maybe it's, oh, you and your honey. It's like, no, never mind. I did not.
No,
Now
I don't like
leave
when
me.
you say. I don't like when you say it.
Now leave
don't
me
like it
so
when
I
you
may
say-
ponder the glorb.
The glorious glorb.
There's
The
so
glorb.
much.
Where'd the glow come from?
Glorb.
There's so much.
I was gonna say there's so much of, oh, you called me babe, oh, you called me honey in this fucking group. It's like, I don't know what to talk about. That is this party. Is I'm gonna say a cute nickname at you and be like, we're not gonna acknowledge
You know what
that."
else there was a lot of?
What?
You know what else featured a lot today?
You
Explode-
being the
you-
pursuer.
Yeah! As you can see, here.
That's how I'm ending the highlights. I'm saying right now. That's how I'm ending the highlights. Is just a million bears.